Hey everyone, Technically Jeff here, and today I'm testing out the charging speeds for this Kia EV9 Land all-wheel drive, which comes with the big battery pack, at this 350 kilowatt Electrify America charging station. Kia quotes 24 minutes for 10% to 80%, so we'll see how it does in the real world. I'm at just under 5% state of charge right now, and I'll charge it up to over 90%. I'll go ahead and plug it in, and then start the charge in the app. Then I'll test it out and evaluate the charge curve at the end. Alright, I just started the charge in the Electrify America app, and it is powering up. And there's the indication it just started charging. And we'll see how it does. Before we jump inside, I will say I am a big fan of the EV9. The looks are really growing on me, and it has some pretty nice features, I have to say. And it is very comfortable on the inside, too. Alright, we are at 4.5% state of charge, and the charge rate is ramping up. I have my CarLink at T-Box Plus connected to my Bluetooth OBD2 reader so we can see all this charging data. And I'm going to record the entire charging session so we can see how it does. Don't worry though, I'll fast forward through a lot of it, so this isn't a 45-minute long video. Now when we started, it was showing just under 10 miles of range, so that's another thing I'm going to keep an eye on to see how quickly it adds range too. One interesting thing I do want to note is the relatively low pack voltage. So the EV6 is solidly in the 700 to 800 volt range. Here the EV9 is starting in the mid 500s. So that will likely mean lower peak speeds compared to my EV6, which I personally have maxed out at about 247 kilowatts. Now the amperage getting to the battery just maxed out at 340 amps about a minute and a half in. So we'll likely see a slow ramp up now as the voltage steadily increases, probably to the mid 50% range if it's anything like the EV6. And we just hit 10% state of charge at 2 minutes 45 seconds, so we'll count from there to get a 10% to 80% time. I also want to show you guys the estimated charge time here. It's been my experience that Kia's estimated times displayed in the vehicle are actually quite accurate, so this is showing 24 minutes to 80% and a full hour to 100%. So you're looking at over 30 minutes just to go from 80% to 100%. So if you're on a public charger, you'll definitely not want to be charging it all the way up. Alright, we are 5 minutes in and we're at 44 miles of range, so we've added about 35 miles of range in 5 minutes. Let's see where we are at 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes in now and we're showing 93 miles of estimated range, so it added about 50 miles over the last 5 minutes. And that's not bad at all. We're still maxing out the amperage and the car is charging at a decent 206 kilowatts. And we're up to 33.5% state of charge. Alright, we are now up to 55% state of charge, and around here is when I'm expecting it to start slowing the charge rate. We're at about 215 kilowatts, which is definitely respectable, but still about 30 less than the EV6 is capable of with its higher pack voltage. And there it just started to drop the charge rate at 56%, settling down around 317 amps and 200 kilowatts. Alright, it just dropped again at 62% state of charge, down to just under 300 amps, which translates to about 189 kilowatts. Still solid speeds though. There are probably going to be a few more small drops before it really drops around 75 to 80%. Okay, 20 minutes in now, and we are at 65% state of charge and 194 miles of estimated range. So about 185 miles of estimated range has been added in just 20 minutes, and that's pretty good. Let's see how long it takes to get to 80% now. Alright, at 74.5% state of charge now, the charge rate just dropped off considerably to about 135 kilowatts with 208 amps getting to the battery. As the state of charge rises, we can expect it to keep dropping off pretty rapidly. And we just hit 80% at 26 minutes 27 seconds, which means it took actually just under 24 minutes to go from 10% to 80%, which means Kia's quoted charge time in their marketing materials is dead on. So that's pretty awesome. And we're at over 240 miles of estimated range too, so we've added over 230 miles of estimated range in less than 27 minutes. That is not bad at all. Now, since we're above 80% state of charge, the charge rate is going to continue to fall off. So at this point, I'll fast forward the video and we'll see where we finish up. Then we'll take a look at the charge curve. Real quick, I do want to note that we hit 90% at 39 minutes 35 seconds, so it took about 37 minutes to go from 10% to 90%. So the 10% from 80% to 90% took 13 minutes. Again, if you're on a road trip, you are really not going to want to be going above 80% unless you have to. Alright, because it's so slow, we'll just go ahead and stop here. It just hit 92.5% as I'm getting out, and we're about 44 minutes in. And man, that EV9 is looking good. Alright, I'll go ahead and unplug. And close the charge port. And the charger shows 44 minutes and 97.3 kilowatt hours delivered. Now let's go ahead and look at the charge curve. Overall, this is similar to the EV6 charge curve, and it's very impressive, honestly. The eGMP vehicles from Kia and Hyundai do a great job offering solid speeds up to well above 50% state of charge, unlike a lot of other EVs out there. It ramps up fast and holds that 340 amps going to the battery up to 56% state of charge, where it maxes out at 215 kilowatts. From there, it drops down some over the next several minutes until it really starts to drop off around 75% state of charge. From there, you can see a significant drop in charging speeds, which really slow down the rapid increase in the battery state of charge. I know I said this before, but I definitely would recommend setting your DC fast charge limit to 80% since it does slow down so much above that percentage. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed. 5% to 80% took only 26 minutes, and that adds well over 200 miles of range. And that's solid for a decent-sized vehicle like the EV9. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. And if you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more videos. I got a lot of EV9 content during the week I had it that I'll be sharing in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.